Hey, y'all. How y'all doing today? Come on in. We got the tax doctor today, y'all. Share and invite a female entrepreneur. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Come on in. Good morning. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Miss Celeste, how are you? Come on in, y'all. Invite and share. Bring your questions if you have any tax questions. Get them ready, y'all. Get them ready. I'm going to invite some people. All right. So let's get this thing crack-a-lack. And I see we got some people on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Kimberlee.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So we are now live in the Girl Bosses United group in the Fempreneur Society. You can feel free to go ahead and introduce yourself and your business.
Okay, well, I am Kimberlee Collins Walker, better known as the Tax Doctor. I reside in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but I prepare taxes and accounting all over the United States, including all 50 states. Um, my office is located on Goodwood Boulevard, but here we focus on tax preparation, most important, tax planning, accounting, payroll, new business setups, sales tax reporting, and loan assistance. So those are some of the services that we offer here at Assurance Tax and Accounting Group.
Awesome. Y'all heard that, huh? So I brought the tax doctor now. You go to the doctor for your health. You go to the doctor for, your body. You go to the doctor for your teeth. You go to the doctor for everything. We need the doctor for our taxes, y'all. We are in business to what? Win. So we need to be all the way legitimate. We need to be above board when it comes to our financial status. And we need to leverage that, right? Because when you are self employed or a business owner, you want to be able to take all of the advantages of being such, right? We work hard, we work extra hard to be business owners and to raise our businesses up in a great way, build them up. And so, Miss Kimberlee is going to give us some pointers on how to continue to grow our businesses in a great way, utilizing the tax benefits that we are due, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
first, we are going to talk about, well, I'm going to ask you, Miss Kim, to talk about the importance of being a registered business.
Okay. There's a lot of importance in being registered. I run into a lot of people that open up businesses and they just open them up and operate them, but they don't have an EIN number. They're not registered with the state that they reside in, and that becomes a problem. A lot of people realize that that was a problem during the pandemic when they started issuing out those uh, business loans to help businesses stay afloat. They realized that some of the stuff that they needed was an EIN, which is a simple employer identification number, to keep your business registered. And to register with the state, you needed this item and a business checking account to show that you were actual a business. One of the things IRS looks when you start filing taxes is that if they come decide, well, I want to look at your book, they're gonna look to see if you have a business bank account. If they see that you're running your business out of your personal, depending on the auditor, they can deny portions of your expenses, especially if the expense can be used for personal and business. Um, the IRS believes, which everyone should think like this, that if you have a business, you should operate as a business. Um, if you're not a business, then you're a hobby. You should have a business bank account. You should make sure all your deposits are in your business bank account. You should make sure that you run every expense out of your business bank account. That is very, very important. Your business and your personal should be totally separate. There are two separate entities. Whatever you do for your personal life should be taken out of your personal account. Your business stands on its own. Even if your business shop falls short, you should it is okay to loan your business money. And I tell a lot of my business owner clients, if you're a business falling short, you need to give your company loan instead of paying for those bills out of your personal. Just write a check to the business as a loan payment and pay the bills out of that account. And that's
That
why
was
it's very important. Another reason is that, you know, depending on your business structure, you could be limited liability company. You need to register with your state that you're in because that protects you for anything that may happen. Um, this year, I noticed that I've had a lot of people that purchase real estate because they purchased it in their name, um, and they're renting out this property. Well, what happens if something happens to that property? That person can come for you for your personal assets. So that's why you always want to do an LLC to cover yourself from cover your business transactions from your personal.
That's good. A lot of people don't know why we select LLC as opposed to sole proprietorship. And you just heard it, y'all. It's a protection. It's a protection of your personal assets from your business. All right. So that was good. That's good. And then I know you talked about S corp. What is the difference?
S corp is you tax less on if you are a single member LLC or a sole proprietor. But one of the main requirements for S corp is that you have to put yourself on payroll. So for me, I look at each client individually to determine if they're ready to move to S corp because your company has to be able to afford your Social Security and Medicare taxes for payroll. So that's one of the main things. But you have so many tax savings under the S corp. So a lot of times when companies start, they may start off as an LLC, but as the business grows, and they start seeing more and more profit, they move to S corp because you can do a whole bunch of different tax savings, such as hire your kids, take the funds from that, and invest it into a retirement account. Of course, pay yourself. The company will be responsible for their own taxes. Again, that piggybacks to why the IRS says that the business should have its own checking account and operate separate um, from the owner person. But there's a lot of tax savings when you move to an S corp. Things that you can't do for under your single member LLC or sole proprietorship.
Is there an income bracket that you have to hit in order to be an S corp?
No, but my recommendations would be if you see a profit of over your profit of over $50,000 after you pay all of your expenses, it's time for you to move to an S corp.
All right, y'all. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Listen, if you have any questions, make sure you post them in the comments and we will address them. If you have any tax questions, y'all, we're talking business taxes today with the tax doctor, Kimberlee Walker, assurance, tax, and accounting from right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She is licensed too. secure your taxes in every state, all 52 states of the United States, y'all. So don't feel like you have to be in Baton Rouge. She does. And I'm here in Baton Rouge and I do all of my appointments virtually. So she does do virtual and she's an excellent resource in business because the tax part is what most of us know nothing about. And this is her specialty. So I'm bringing her here, y'all. So a lot of people message me about different questions that I am not qualified to answer regarding LLCs and taxes and bookkeeping and things like that. So I brought an expert. Bring your questions. All right, Miss Celeste Payne says, do you do sales tax and bookkeeping?
Yes, we do offer sales tax and bookkeeping. Um, and let me tell you about that. I've run into the last couple of years a lot of, especially during the pandemic, a lot of people decided to open up a business and start selling stuff. And I have run into, I have helped them with problems of the sales tax. Um, they're to change their thinking of sales tax.
Yeah.
Sales tax is really not a burden to the business owner. You're just a third party. You're just collecting something from for the state and city and passing it through. It becomes a problem when you keep it in your operating account and you use it and then you get a bill and you're like, oh my gosh, why are they charging me this? Because this is what you collected. So business owners, the first thing you need to do, if you sell something and you collect sales tax, you need to have three accounts. As a well, as a regular, as a just general business owner, you need to have two accounts, a minimum. You need to have your operating account and a savings account. And I'm sorry, three accounts. So you need to have an operating account, savings account, and a tax account. If you're providing a product and you're collecting sales tax, then you need to add a fourth account to that, which will be your sales tax account. This is what I tell all my restaurant owners, my people that sell products. When at the end of the week, I need you to look at your square, whatever you use to collect the revenue. It's going to tell you what your total revenue is that week. It's going to tell you what your sales tax report is. At that moment, you need to take that sales tax out of your operating account and transfer it to your account that you designated for sales tax. This will eliminate all the misunderstanding that comes in when you start reporting your sales tax. Because what business owners normally do, sales tax is due at the end of the is due on the 20th of the following month. Well, when you look at your report and you're like, oh, I owe the state $3,000. You're like, but my operating account doesn't have that much in it because you spent it. You spent some of their funds. So this is a way that I keep some of my business owners on track is do it weekly. When you look at your weekly report of how many sales you have, and it gives you your sales tax amount, transfer that sales amount to the sales tax account. So when you the following month, when it's time to do your sales tax, it won't be a burden. You because a lot of people don't separate it, and when they start spending and buying stuff, you're spending some of the money you collected, and the state and city are look at these sales tax accounts heavily because it's no expense to the business owner. You're just the person that collects it. So that's why they add all these fines and stipulations and come knocking on your door because when they notice that you collect sales tax and you're not giving it to them, it's really considered fraud.
All right, y'all heard that, huh? Let's get them accounts separated. Let's do some tracking. So you mentioned Square, and if you know me, you know I love Square. That has been my tracking method. Y'all know I'm a hairstylist of 15 years. That has been my tracking method since they started taking credit cards, right? And so, what I found with Square, you can track your cash, you can track your credit cards, you can do your invoices. It's so much that you can do in that one system that will help you. And so, at the end of the year, When it's time for me to send Miss Kim my stuff, guess all I have to do is print out my statements from Square for the whole year and send them to her. And she can determine whatever she need to determine, and we good, right? And you know how much money you making. That's like the biggest thing that a lot of business owners are missing. Because if you don't know how much you're making, what are you in business for?
Exactly. And that's when the discussion needs to be made: is this a business or a hobby? One thing that I noticed over the 15 years I've been in this business is that business owners don't know the strength of their business. They don't, you know, I know as a business owner myself, sometimes we feel like we could do everything. At the beginning, we probably could because we're building, so we have the time. But as you grow, there's some things that you need to outsource because you need to focus on what makes you money, not do the admin stuff. And
Right.
that's where I talk to business owner like, okay, now you need to start doing accounting because how did your business do this month? If you sell 5 products, how do you know which product was your banger product, your number one seller? How do you know which product was the product that didn't sell much? How are you doing your accounting when you getting revenue, or you just lumping it all together with all the products you sell? What about your expenses? What is your highest expense for your business? Is there any way that you could cut your expenses down? You can't determine none of that without doing proper accounting. And I always tell business owner, accounting is the heartbeat of the business. It tells you where your strengths are. It tells you what time of the year your strengths are. You may kind of know, based on just looking at your sales, but when you look at everything, when you put everything together, you put all those pieces together in that puzzle along with the expenses, that's when you get your true number. And then also it lets you accounting allows you to do forecasting. Meaning if you're doing accounting now, you have a projection, okay, I want to be at $150,000 by the end of profit of $150,000 for the year, then you need to sit with your accounting and y'all need to do a projection. She needs to be able to tell you, okay, well, this is where you're starting at based on your sales, so you need to start picking stuff up. Also, if you plan on making a profit of $150,000, you need to start paying quarterly taxes and getting your mindset for that. Um, a lot of people dread tax season, but if you do accounting along with your quarterly taxes, it will be a breeze because you already know what what your return is going to look like when it's time to file taxes. It won't be a surprise. You won't be shocked like, oh my gosh, I owe 15 grand. No, you may owe 1,000 because you already paid 14 prior to the year. you know. So it all comes into planning. And of course, if you see you have a big profit, at that time you and your accountant can just sit down and discuss, or your board members or whoever may help you make decisions on if you want to upgrade some things in your business because you see that you have the extra cash. All that take place in a play. That's why it's very important. I tell people when you own a business, you need to have an accountant. You need to have, and you definitely need to have an attorney on what in reach of you, because those people play a very, very important part in your business, along with your managers, your sales director, your marketing person. But they all that's your family business, should I say.
Yes, I love that. Yes, y'all hear that, huh? So we're going to see it. We have a couple of questions here. Do I have to build business credit before I purchase a car or home in the business name?
Yes, you should build business credit. And one thing that I love is that during the pandemic we were at home, a lot of people were reading.
Yeah.
Business credit is so, so, so important. Personally, I'm an accountant. I know about taxes, accounting, and stuff, but the business credit was kind of, I knew about it, but I didn't dig deep into it.
Yeah.
And what I learned from my personal experience, If you know me, you know I had a transportation company. Um, right before pandemic hit, it just went
A
crazy.
mess.
I mean,
Look, a mess.
so at that moment, because I do my accounting, I knew that it was time for me to pull back from it a little bit because it was costing me too much. Well, one of the things that I did was before that, a year prior to I made that decision, was that I ran out and purchased a vehicle. I purchased it on my personal credit. At that time, I knew I should have purchased it on my business credit, but the I was able to get approved for my personal right there and walk out with the vehicle with, instead of me giving financial statements and all of this. It would have been 2 or 3 days for them to process it, and I needed the vehicle yesterday. So I made a very bad decision by purchasing on my personal credit. Of course, when I decided to close or to decrease the business, that was one of the things that I decided to just not keep up with. Well, of course, they didn't like that. So they applied that debt to my personal. But if I would have put it under my business, it would have hit my business credit instead of my personal. So a lot of things that I do talk about to clients is because I experienced myself. So I would tell any and everybody, if you're doing something for your business, put it in your business name. That is very important because if something happened with the business, it's the business. You don't make yourself liable for it. Now you're liable for your own stuff. But anything for the business, because remember we're operating as a business, we're separating business from personal.
Yeah.
Let your business be able to stand on its own. So yes, I would advise you to start building a business credit. You can eventually, as you start building it, you can start getting vehicles in your name. Um, One of the companies that I've used before is Ally, that does business uh, vehicle purchases, where you can be able to purchase fleets. So that, I would suggest, if you're purchasing a vehicle for your company, purchase it in the business name. Leave your personal credit for you personally.
Yes. All right. We have one more question. I have a service based business and don't have to collect sales tax, but I do Square. Should I be doing something different?
No, if you're a service-based business and you don't collect sales tax, you're fine. It's just for companies that collect sales tax and don't report it. They tell the government, okay, I'm going to collect sales tax for the products that I'm offering, and I am going to collect it for you, and I'm going to give it to you on the 20th of every month.
Yes. And that's something, guys, if you don't know, when you register your LLC, that is an option that you check when you do that. So be aware when you are completing your documents. If you are not in a position where you are actually making money and collecting sales tax, don't select that, right? Am I
Right.
right, Kim?
Yes. And that's how you get all those estimated sales
Tax
tax report,
statements. Yeah.
because you said on your form that I am going to collect sales tax. And so what the state does and the city, when you don't submit something, they send you an estimate. So you told me you're going to collect sales tax. I have not received a report for you. So I am going to estimate that you collected $250. They just literally pull that number out the sky and send you a bill with tax, with penalties and interest added onto it.
So you end up owing them $1,500
That's an estimate because you didn't file. Now,
just
how
because you didn't
you,
fill that paper out.
yes,
Yes.
so it's very, very important, especially when you get something from the state, the city, or the federal government. Do not ignore those letters. Those letters are sent for a reason. Sometimes it can be an error. So that's why I always tell people, read your letters, read your
Yeah.
mail, respond to them. Because when you don't respond, that's when the problem comes.
Yeah. Absolutely. And they will work with you. Even if you
Yes.
end up actually owing them, they will work with you. If you don't owe them, they will remove the penalties and things like that. But you have to communicate, guys. We are in business, we are handling business. So you need to communicate with these agencies because this, like she said, is the heartbeat of our business, our money, right? And you don't want to be owing people money that you're not making.
Right. And that should not even collect it. So that's why it's very important to pay attention to what you fill out. If you don't know, hire a professional, consult with a professional to help you make sure you filling out whatever you're filling out correctly, because that helps eliminate all the errors as well.
Yes. And when you have someone like the tax doctor on your team as your accountant, y'all, people are frightened by the cost and all of that. But let me tell you something about the tax doctor. I can call this lady. Of course, she's been doing my taxes for about 5 or 6 years now. But even at the beginning, if there's anything that I have a question about, if there's anything that I need to prove, when I'm ready to go buy something, you know, anything that I need to support my financial records, I can call Kim in her office and they will get me what I need to do the business that I need to do. And that is an asset. That is an asset because first off, you not a tax professional, so you don't know what to do. Second off, what she's going to provide is accurate. This is her specialty, expert in the field. So you want to always go to someone that knows what they are doing, what they are talking about. She stays up, y'all. I got audited one year, and when I say she went back and forth with the IRS with me, she found all kind of phone numbers for me to call to get my money released. That type of support in business is very valuable because a lot of times we find ourselves going to just tax preparers that don't really know the business part of taxes. They may know how to file your personal taxes, but in business, you need someone that knows all about business, all about what you need to do. Like I've been self-employed for 15 years. I don't have a W-2. I don't have a 1099. I don't have any of that, but guess what I can still do? Purchase whatever I want because I have an accountant that holds my financials for me, right? So
Right.
just saying all that to say, reach out to this queen, y'all. She has all of the information. She also provides, well, she's also providing information and education to those who want to be tax preparers. Kim, go ahead and tell us what you offer, queen.
Okay, so also instead of on the side of me just doing accounting and tax preparation and tax planning, I am currently teaching upcoming tax professionals about the business and how to operate. What I've seen lately is that everybody wants to do taxes but doesn't know the correct way of doing taxes and operating the business. So last year I opened up Extended Tax Academy, where I teach upcoming tax professionals how to prepare taxes and how to run the business side of it. Also, I provide them the tax software. They have professional tax software that they can compete with H&R Block, all the big names, tax offices, and offer bank products. So that's one of the awesome things that I did this year. And the students, my partners, are doing excellent, teaching them how to grow and be their own business. And instead of working for someone else or just going or just doing the DIY software, no, get to a professional software if you're gonna be a legitimate business. If you're not
Yeah,
gonna
don't be doing people taxes and tax act and all that stuff, turbo tax. We don't want to
yes,
see that on.
yes, you can't. If you're a professional, you can't use tax act. Tax act is for someone who doesn't understand taxes, and they need someone to just walk them through the steps, and hopefully they're understanding. gets them to select the right button. Because sometimes, even if you use those softwares, if you don't understand a question and you answer it wrong, it can give you an incorrect refund. So again, where I'm teaching the tax law along with the business and providing the software.
Awesome. That's amazing, y'all. So, Kim, tell us how we get in touch with you. These ladies are in here saying, when are we meeting? How can we book our appointments? Tell us how we get in touch with you.
So of course I'm on social media. You can go to my Facebook page, which is Assurance Tax and Accounting Group, or my Instagram, which is Assurance BR. Um, our website is assurancetaxbr.com. On the website, you can find information about me, who is Kimberlee the tax doctor. You can find the services that I provide, the pricing of those services, especially if you're looking for accounting. Also, you can see our community service. You can even book your appointment on the website.
And what's that
Um,
site again? I'm sorry, I'm typing it in the comments.
it's assurancetaxbr.com.
All
If
right.
you're not computer savvy and you can't navigate the website, then of course you can call the office at 225-757-5518. And my managers can get you on the books to do we have different services, like I told you, accounting, sales tax reporting, um, quarterly of taxes, bookkeeping. We do loan assistance, um, where we partner up with some banks where we can help you attempt to get funded, do your package together, do your financial packaging, and send it to various banks in Baton Rouge. But I also have a national bank that I'm dealing with now that's helping business owners get funded. Um, Also, we do tax planning. Tax planning is so important, especially as a business owner, and that comes in the category of accounting. All of that comes under that umbrella because if you're a business owner, tax planning is very important because you need to plan. You're not just walking in the office with a W-2 anymore. You're walking in there with financial statements, so you need to plan on how you would like to spend this business. You need to plan on how you want to grow your business. Again, when you're talking about expanding your business, you need to make sure that you have your accountant and attorney at the table with you, along with your sales and marketing team.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kim, for coming and joining us today. You have gave us so much valuable information to help us in our business. Some of our viewers are saying, thank you, Kim. Great info. They're looking to forward to reaching out to you. So thank you so much for coming on. We look forward to this new year with this new information. And so, guys, reach out to Kim, get your business in order. She is
Yes.
also coming with some classes this year. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, I am this year. I'm last year I focused on people that wanted to learn how to do taxes and do it correctly. So this year I'm focusing on business owners. I will be partnering with a colleague of mine. We will have a session on handling your business. So that we'll have two sessions. The first session will be for new entrepreneurs, new who just walked into the business like I know how to do this, but anything else I'm just clueless on. That will be for our beginning entrepreneurs. And for our intermediate entrepreneurs, we'll have a business class where we're talking about moving from an LLC to an S corp and things that you could do in there, things that you need to be looking for, um, why you need accounting. It will be a whole two different sessions. So based on your level of your business, you can decide if you want to go to the beginners or the intermediate. But we will have a how to handle your business session because a lot of business owners know how to run their business, but doesn't know what to do after that. And I'm a
Yes.
prime example. Like I run this accounting business, but the marketing part, that's out of my hands, you know. So that's why I outsource. But that's when you start growing, you'll learn that You need to focus on continuing to make money. So you need to focus on what makes you money and outsource
Yes.
the other items.
Right. Focus on your strengths and outsource them weaknesses, baby.
Yes, yes. And
Stop
also,
trying to learn how to do everything.
right, it'll stress you out. It will
Yeah.
stress you out. So also, if I do send out weekly newsletters, weekly posts, and monthly newsletters. So if you would like to get on the email list, just drop your email in the comments, and I can add you to our weekly text um, tips and our monthly newsletters. But those are also posted on our business Facebook page every Friday and the third of every month.
Awesome, y'all. Connect with this queen. Thank you, Miss Kim, for joining us today. I'm gonna let you go because you are at work and we appreciate you though. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the invite.
You are very welcome, Queen. Y'all, get with her. Get with her. Get with her. She is amazing. She has all the info. She is going to put you in a position to run your business more effectively. So I wanted to bring her on today. One of my favorite parts of my business. And like I said, she makes it very convenient for you to be able to run your business effectively and above board, right? Because we always want to be in the right place with our businesses, y'all. So, with that being said, contact assurance tax and accounting, y'all, and I'm gonna go ahead and log out for today. I thank y'all so much for joining. I hope that this information is being utilized in your business, in your daily life. So if you have any questions, you know how to reach me, and I have placed Miss Kimberlee's information in our comments. Make sure to drop your email address so that you can get a part of her mailing list. And so I will see you guys next Monday for our next business strategy session. And y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Be blessed.